Here we are. This is another episode of Ask the Expert, and I'm here with Jeffrey Arnold. Hey, Jeffrey.
Hi. Hi, Ben.
And we're here to talk about some accounting and billing issues. Of course, Ask the Expert series that we provide here at Right at Home to help our clients, prospects, referral partners, the community better understand issues around home care, issues about everything and what we do here at Right at Home to give you a better sense of how to go about purchasing and looking into home care. So today's episode, Jeffrey is our full charge bookkeeper here.
Yep, I'm the full charge bookkeeper for the business Right at Home.
And how long have you been here, Jeffrey?
I've been with the company since 2021, so I've been here for 3 years now.
Great. Well, Jeffrey is definitely our expert on all things around billing, and a lot of people have a lot of questions, sometimes anxiety, concerns about their money, rightfully so. And we want to kind of get these questions answered. So if you do end up working with Right at Home, you have a real good understanding of how we go about our billing and invoicing and what's covered and all those different things. So you're really clear on what the charges are. So I guess the first question is, how is payment set up once I sign up for services with Right at Home?
So when someone signs up with services with Right at Home, they will, with their service agreement paperwork, they'll receive a payment agreement form. They'll fill out the form. It has options for credit card payments, ACH, direct deposit payments, and check payments. So they fill that out. They indicate what method that they want to be paid. And then they just send that in along with the rest of their service agreement paperwork.
Okay, and that's then managed. It gets through your client care coordinators capturing all that information, or through our care advisor, and it's kind of getting up to the billing department for Jeffrey and his team to take care of.
Correct.
Yeah. So is there a deposit required for service?
For the most part, no. No deposit is required unless it's a check-paying client. We do require a deposit of 2 weeks worth of services for those that pay via check.
But if you pay via ACH debit or you use a credit card, then we waive that, correct?
Correct, yes. No security deposit required for any automatic payments.
Okay. How often am I billed?
We bill weekly. So we bill every Tuesday, and we send that out via mail and email to the clients. And then it would be 10 days after that bill is actually processed.
So there's 10 days that you can audit, you kind of evaluate it, make sure that there's any questions are addressed before the money's pulled from your account.
Yes. 10 days from the date that you'll receive the bill. That's how long you have to look over it, make sure everything's good to go.
Okay. Are there any rate differentials between what you may be quoted as your regular daytime rate?
There are rate differentials. So the rate that's usually quoted, that would be what we call the base rate. And then on top of that, if there is care that's received on a weekend, or care that is
higher acuity care needs, like nurse delegated care.
Yeah, if it's delegated care, or if it's on a holiday.
A holiday.
Cares that's on a holiday. Those would all have different factors that would change that value.
Right.
For the most part, though, when you first sign up with services, there is a rate sheet that you'll receive with your service agreement that will show you the rates of the various different options.
Oh, that's good.
And so there's not really any kind of hidden fees or hidden rates. I suppose the only one that isn't flat out on that rate agreement would be holidays. Holidays are time and a half.
Okay. Is there a fee for your initial assessment? Are we charging people to go out and provide that assessment fee? And if so, when does that happen?
So for home care, there is no assessment fee. There's no additional fee that we require for someone to come out and present, for our case managers, our client care coordinators to go out and do an assessment. There's no additional fee. If it's for nursing services, there is an additional fee of $250 for the assessment.
Yes, that's right. So do you provide regular statements or invoices detailing services and associated costs?
Yes. So like I previously mentioned, we send out invoices every week on Tuesday. Aside from that, at any time, you can call our department,
Okay.
the accounting department here at Right at Home, and you can request a statement, and we can send you a statement of all the charges that you've received throughout the year, throughout the month, just last week, whichever is.
And they're detailed,
requested.
right? So each one is a line item of the time that someone came and the time that they left. So
Yes.
it's calculated, and if there's any other mileage charges, if you're driving in the client's or in the caregiver's vehicle, or if they're buying groceries for you, or something out of their own pocket.
Yes.
To Right at Home's account.
Correct. Yeah. Our invoices, our bills, they are itemized. So they showcase every day that service was received, the length of that service, as well as any expenses, mileage or groceries or anything else that could have occurred.
Okay. So what are the fees for late payment?
So late payments, we for the most part, we waive most late payments because we do understand that there are circumstances that are outside of people's control. However, if payment is not received for over a month from the date that it should have been, we do begin incurring a 1.5% late fee on those bills.
So how about if I decide, you know what, I want to use my credit card or a debit card rather than doing ACH? Are there any charges associated with using those type of financial instruments?
Yes, there is a 4% surcharge for credit card payments.
Okay. But debit cards would be per transaction, right? It's pretty nominal, right?
It's still 4%.
Oh, it's 4%, either debit card or credit card.
Debit card or credit card, yes.
Got it. Okay. And the easiest way to facilitate payment is through ACH debit?
The easiest method of payment would be ACH, yes.
And then you wouldn't be incurring any additional costs, or you wouldn't have to be writing checks.
Correct. There's no checks, there's no surcharges, there's no security deposit with ACH.
Okay. And finally, do we accept payment from other parties other than private pay?
Yes, we accept payment. You mean like long-term care insurance?
We work with long-term care insurance.
Third parties, the VA, Medicaid. We work with PACE programs.
Okay, so there's a lot of different venues. So there's a lot of different ways you can talk to your client care coordinator when they're out meeting with you. And Jeffrey and his team would help facilitate from an administrative standpoint if you need that type of help. But we work with folks with a whole bunch of different type of payment options. Doesn't necessarily have to be cash payment. So there's a lot of different ways to pay for care.
Oh, yes, certainly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks very much, Jeffrey.
Yeah,
thanks
no
for
problem.
sharing.
Certainly, Ben.
Hopefully we can answer your questions. If you like what you saw, click like and follow below on our YouTube page, and we look forward to having more of these talks again in the future.